Hey, we're going to try this again now that I'm a little more awake. And I've got some headphones on so I can still groove to my music and not get, I don't know what even happens. All right. So digging into there's some sync issues across different Bsv21 nodes. All right. And we're just going to see if we can figure out what's going on. When I have this working, I should be able to basically stand up my own local copy, can set a couple config options, and then for any of the tokens that are running on the OneSat centralized overlay, you should be able to just sync them right in. And that's all based on the exact same kind of token funding rules that OneSat has had since we started doing Bsv21 tokens, where it's like 1,000 Satoshis per output with a minimum of 0.1 BSV paid. And as long as those criteria are met and we have more funding than we have transactions, it should just automatically appear on. All right, did that work? It should just appear on the overlay and allow other people to kind of sync from us. Yeah, that is not something we need to worry about. This is find output was trying to scan. All right, let's see if that actually works now. Oh yeah. Actually, let me. CORS failure. Why am I getting a CORS failure? Oh, because I stopped running the server. Boom. Okay. GASP syncing endpoint now works on the SQLite backend. So go back in here, run query, start again. Okay, for some reason it thinks there's only 5 transactions. That's wrong. So let's go over to this server and see what we get. Let's see here. So we're going to go to bsv21.onesat.yep.docs. There we go. So the actual GASP syncing process in the background takes the topic, and I think version needs to be 1. This should give me essentially all the Bsv21 out points that are in that server. Something crashed. Well, first of all, I thought I had a limit on this. What happened to that logic? Let's see here. I go to my engine. Make this bigger. So this is the Go Overlay Services engine. Okay, so when I do GASP sync, I have a last interaction. Nope. I have a limit getting passed in here. I'm wondering if I didn't fully implement something. Limit is getting passed in here. Limit is getting passed in here. Why is that not in my, oops. So my Swagger does not even have that limit there. Let's see if it'll actually accept it or if I have a problem. Could not render responses. It is giving a 200 error. See console. Does that mean this? Oh, look at that. Whoa. Did we break Swagger? Let's do a good old refresh on this thing. Unable to process the version field. That's because it needs to be 1. This was totally working with the MongoDB backend. So I assume this has to be something in our SQLite implementation that I'm working on now. But, okay, what happens if I hit the same thing against my local one? Is my local server still running? Yes, it is. Request gasp sync. Boom. Version 1. Execute. Okay. Something is going wrong here. But as far as our front end is concerned, it gave a 200. Oh, wrong server. As far as our front end is concerned, it gave a 200 in less than a second. So let's do this. Oh, I can't even get the, let me put it back to an invalid one so I can get the, oh. What is going on? All right, let's do it the old-fashioned way. I hit this last night. That works fine. Yet Swagger is not able to show it. I don't know what to think about this. No. Request sync response. Just do it again. This says it's giving me a 500, but the server, oh, now it's giving me a, what did I do wrong? I mean, I did that again. Okay, now it got a 200. I got no payload. Version 1 since 0. Version 1. Oh, maybe I have a problem with my since logic. Huh. No, that still returns localhost 8000 API v1 What the heck? Preview. Oh, it's all there. So if I throw the limit on there, is that implemented and working? And if not, I have something else to fix. It is not working. I have something else to fix there. So this is the whole Gasp sync process. Okay. So let's go back to our engine. Provide foreign Gasp sync response. So I'm calling find UTXOs. Okay, let's put a breakpoint right there. Let's kill this. Start our server in debug mode. The syncing stuff got built several months ago, but we haven't really had a lot of real world use cases to test it out. So let's see what we get. Okay, find UTXOs for output. Oh, this is something I fixed last night, is this limit thing. What is limit set to? Limit is set to 0. So it is not even mapping across properly. So that's part of it. So if we go back to our engine, this comes from start Gasp sync, which is what starts the whole sync process. Well, that's ship. I'm not in ship yet. And I have a default sync limit of 1,000. That is getting pushed in here. So Gasp sync, is that what I'm calling? Gasp provider.sync. And this is this the provider? I don't remember. Remote. No, not remote. I was in the right spot. Find known UTXOs. It is passing a limit of 0. That's to get my own local UTXOs. That's fine. So it's trying to get all my outpoints that I know about, makes a map of them so it knows. Then it goes and makes a request to... Wait a second. Why am I looking at this part? I should not be looking at this part. We are sending... Okay, this might be in the server part. I'm sending it in. Request sync response. That should be mapped into right here, but it is not. So that's a test. Okay. There's a lot of abstraction in the web server on this Go overlay services, which is it's fine. There's some reasons for it, I think, but I really, really struggle with following through how the overlay services server is wired up. Okay, so at a minimum, here we need limit. And then here we will need limit. Now, the next question is, oops, that's in the request. That's not in the, okay, that was fine. So let's see where this is used. I don't know, let's just put a, this is a test, right? Yes. TC. Okay, so I've got tests here. I'm gonna have to fix this, I think, but I just want to make sure that it's going to work first. Okay, let's go to our Go overlay services. All right. Start again. Okay, limit still did not pass through. So what am I missing here? First of all, let's make sure that my go.mod is pointing to the local one. Yes, it is. And I probably need to do this in here as well. All right. Go mod tidy. All right. Breakpoint. Initial request. Does have a limit. I have it at 100. Maybe I thought I had it at 10. So maybe that, oh, I did have it at 10. Where, okay. So what I just hard coded in a test apparently actually.
Your door was partially open.
Oh.
Also, there's a blender on the table.
Thank you. That's a test. That didn't break anything. Request sync response. Okay. And that is passing through. It's got to be back. Well, let's do this. Okay, now I'm going to step out of that to see where this came from. No, we're going to step out of that. Okay, So we've already got it wrong. So we're going to step out of that. Handle. Ah, well, that makes sense. Body parser into body, which is a let's see what that broke. Oh, maybe nothing. Now I gotta find where this. What the heck is this stuff? It's just so much complexity in this engine. Restart. Or in the server, I mean. Hey, okay. So it looks like some of the paging in sync hadn't actually gotten wired up. So I need to, I had a bunch of debuggy stuff that I need to clean up. Engine.go, undo that. Nope, not add that. I said undo that. Gasps.go. Undo all that stuff. Okay, that one's fine. Oh, that was the Open API docs. I wonder if there's something else I need to change for that. Okay, I think we're actually fine. Limit in oops. All right, commit that, push that. Copy my commit ID. Let's go here. We're in overlay. All right, we're going to go to go.mod in Bsv21 Overlay. No, wrong one. Okay. Get pull. Oh, did I not push? Push. Oh, I think I also left my, yes. So I need to get my overlay commit hash. Okay, so now let's see if this works. And if it does, I'm going to stand up a fresh server with no data in it. Well, I did an error. Let me go back in here. No, not there. Back here. Run query. Why am I only getting 5 records? Oh, because I already have all the other ones, I bet. Okay, let's go to our outputs. I already have 90,000 outputs in this system. That's why. So we're going to actually just, all right, let's close you, close you. All right, so I'm going to go RM minus RF. 1sat slash star dot db star. Let me close this first. Okay, ls minus lah boom dot 1sat. Okay, there's no files there. So I have a brand new fresh environment. So I'm going to go, let's just make sure I've got everything built here. All right, actually, let's see if my config UI works. This is just something I'm playing with for a user interface to be able to maintain our configuration. I don't even know if it's going to work, but okay. So token whitelist. Let me enter token ID, which is okay. Okay, I have whitelisted the token. Now I'm going to go in here. I'm going to say add peer bsv21.1sat.app, and I want to do GASP syncing. Okay. So now Let's see it. Boom. Okay, so it is pulling in all of the money tokens from the peer I just set up. It's going to take probably, I don't know, a little bit of time. So, all right, I guess we went through all of these last night, but last night was not exactly a enthralling stream. But these are kind of the APIs I've got set up right now to look up. We got the specifics of a token. We have token transactions at a given block. We have individual token transactions. Individual transactions for a token. We can look up outpoint history. We fixed that last night, but let's actually look at the data that comes back here. Well, crap. Oh, I'm looking at my local one, which is just started syncing. So of course that doesn't have any data. Let's go here. Okay. So these are essentially, I'm at the history output. So this is all of the outputs that have been associated with the address that I'm searching. So I've only made 2 transactions ever. So I had one, let's see what we got here. Okay, so this is one that is spent. So this is my initial, so it looks like I initially received $300.99. So let me look at these transactions individually. So let's go to the transaction endpoint. All right, so in this transaction, there are no inputs still. Ah, that's right. We were working on that last night. This transaction had 2 outputs. One to me and one that was a fee. I think someone would have gotten change back too. This definitely doesn't seem right. Let's go look at that other transaction. Also no inputs. All right, so we definitely have a problem looking up inputs. This one did have 3 outputs. It had me paying $50 to whoever that is. I don't even remember what this transaction was. 1 cent of fees to money. And then my change back to myself. So let's figure out what's going on with the inputs. And it would be nice. Let's see. Let's look at my local box, make sure it's still. Oh, I know exactly what I did wrong with this one. Oh, no, I don't. Missing input. So, I have no output. So let's actually follow this process, this sync process. I got to stop doing this multitasking thing here. I get one issue than the other. Let me go back to my notes and record. Okay, so we have inputs missing on transaction input. Oh, okay. Looks like I actually had 2 things I fixed last night, so it wasn't a completely worthless stream. And then gasp syncing. Yes, Luigi, I am on X. Are you asking if I'm streaming, Dex? I don't know. I'm at Shrugger is my SHRUGGR is my handle. And this should be streaming there as well. All right. So let's take a look at our gasp syncing here and see what's going on from that process. All right, we're just going to close you, Claude. I love you. I'll probably use you, but right now you're just taking up my screen. Oops. Okay. So in server.go is where we start our gasp syncing. So let's just put a breakpoint right there. Yes, Luigi. Kurt's actually. This is very much associated with stuff Kurt's working on. I do work with Gorilla Pool, so this is definitely in association with him. In fact, this Bsv21.1set.app server I'm running is in Gorilla Pool hardware right now. Okay. Start gasp sync. It's my peer configuration, blah, blah, blah. Okay, my last interaction value. Did I delete that? Let me double check my database. Interactions. It is empty. Okay. So that should have nothing. Last interaction should be 0. Yes. Topic, that's the money token. This is all fine. Sync endpoints concurrency. This should be set to 1 or 0. 0, yes. Okay, local UTXOs should be empty. It is. Version 1, last interaction 0, limit 10,000. Initial response, this should have up to 10,000 items in it. It does indeed have 10,000 items in it. Okay. For each, if score is later, okay, I'm updating. So what is my score on this one? UTXO. Score is that. That's fine. Ingest queue. Okay. So I'm just building up an ingest queue that should have also 10,000 items on it. The first one should be. I can't decode the hex in my head. We'll see. Limiter should have concurrency of 1. Limiter 1. Okay. So Bsv21 tokens have to be processed in series right now without a lot more complicated. Basically, the idea is if you process, like, it's expecting that all inputs are going to already be loaded in the overlay. So when it validates a new transaction, it has to be able to see that the inputs have already been validated and already exist in the overlay, which means I can't really do concurrent processing without a lot of complexity that we don't really need to do right yet. You could certainly do it so it analyzes what inputs there are and figures out how to do them in a dependent fashion, but still in parallel. That has not been priority yet. So all right, out point. Okay, so let me see. What did it? Oh, of course it doesn't log out to me what it just requested, because that would be too handy. No, I'm not in debug mode. Process incoming node. I have not looked through this code in a long time. Append to graph. New transaction from hex. TXID. If gasp tx.proof, yes. Graph node. Find needed inputs. That's, oh, find needed inputs. I'm a little bit surprised I even, okay, so I wired that up and I don't think I should have, because that logic is not right. Okay. Let's restart this puppy. Request node. Missing input. So let's start again. Oh, wait a second. I tell you, when the projects are this massive and touching too many different code bases, I make a change and I completely forget where the heck that just was. So let's just start again. Okay, I don't need that breakpoint anymore. Well, yeah, we'll leave that one there. actually. Okay, so it is not starting with the first transaction. So before we go down too far of a path here, what is going on a remote server for this? So if I start, well, this is it right here. The first transaction should be AE59F. And, ooh, wrong server. Let's do it over here. Well, Swagger is somehow very screwed up and confused. Or broken. Is my server not running? Oh, there we go. No, nothing happened. Wrong one. 304. Okay. The first record that comes back is wrong. Okay, well, this is sort of helpful and sort of not. There is no way these transactions could have gotten ingested into this remote server in this order. So let's do this. Let's grab the token ID. Let's look. Actually, let's look by block height. What height did that happen in? Well, let's look up the transaction first. Block height 883989. So this should show. Ooh, okay. Deploy plus mint. This is where that token came to being. This exists in our system. Unfortunately, last night I just told it to stop showing the score, which is what's used for sorting these things. So let's look it up in the database. Let me just move this one out of here. It keeps confusing me. Star from outputs where txid equals that, but without the semicolon. Okay. That's there. That is my score, which $8844. 8839. This should absolutely, okay. So we have got a problem in our query somewhere. Let's see if we can figure out where. Let's go back to engine, provide sync response. Oh, there's no data in this. This is the problem I was having last night. So I'm trying to get the sync tested, but the sync is broken. But when I want to test the other side of the sync from my local machine, I'm not even running. I can't get any data in there. So let me go back my Bsv21 Overlay OneSat stuff. Let's just hit the Jungle Bus search and let it, is that the right one? Subscriptions, money, 9s, yes. All right, we're going to brute force the population of this thing. So with all these overlays, there's like, you can populate data into them a number of different ways. And once I kind of get this all smoothed out, I'm going to try to go through all of those. But this GASP sync is known peers peer-to-peer, or there's also then this whole ship layer, which is a discovery layer for how you find these known peers. And so that's all about one overlay syncing with another overlay. That's the stuff we're kind of digging into right here. But that's kind of a brute force. Like, I'm going to look at everything I got. I'm going to look at everything you got. We're going to compare, and then I'm going to request the pieces I'm missing from you. And you can request the pieces you're missing from me. But then we've got a couple of other things. So on kind of in the Gorilla Pool infrastructure, I've got this Jungle Bus feed, which can also kind of do the same thing of scan. So this is right now scanning every block for money transactions, but it started back from the height that Bsv21 first came out. So it's chugging through all the blocks to find all the money transactions. Then it will queue them up and it'll process them one at a time. And we should have a full database, and then I can figure out what's going on GASP syncing to this. All right, we're getting some data now. I just realized I put my headphones on to put my music on, and I haven't had any music on for a while. Keeps a little, it's what do they call this, silent disco kind of thing. All right, we're all caught up from Jungle Bus. Now it's sorting them into tokens, so that it's moving pretty fast. Processing one token. Completed token. 1,000 transactions processed in 5 seconds at 187 per second. Sweet. So now if we go back over here and do our, oh, you've got to be kidding me. Apparently we're killing the Swagger UI somehow. I don't know how. I don't know why. Is it going to remember what I did? No, of course not. That would be... You son of a bee. Gotta have the server running. And it got nothing. Because it has nothing. Did my jungle bus sync fail? Oh, it's still chugging away. 1,000 transactions processed. Okay, it is not actually processing these. Well, let's debug something else. Launch. I think the music makes me feel, what? Oh. Sorry, I was trying to say I think the music allows me to not feel like I need to talk so much, which is worse viewing, but also allows me to focus more. I really struggle with the talking and working at the same time on these things. All right. So our blacklist, there should be nothing in the blacklist. The whitelist should have this one token in it. Yes, it does. Why did that log just hit like... Oh, never mind, it didn't. All right, what's my address map look like? That shouldn't matter. Oh, that might be the problem. Okay, no, that does work. Okay, I got the right token ID. The address doesn't matter for this. Oh. Whoa. Ah, my failed to update chain tip. My header service is running. All right. Members. Okay, I have 1,000 things queued up. The first one is not our token ID. This is a problem. What is going on here? This was all working with the Mongo backend. Now I just got to figure out what the heck. Okay, so first of all, let's check out applied transactions. Okay, no transactions have run through the overlay at all yet. Where key name So what I'm doing now is I'm seeing basically what tokens in what records, what transactions in this token are queued up to be processed. I want to go order by score ascending. The first record is not. Huh. Oh, I know why. Okay. So I set up a specific Jungle Bus subscription just for money to do these tests. But how that one works, it doesn't actually get the deployment transaction. So I need to go insert into sorted sets. Okay, the member is, that's right. I totally forgot. I don't need created by or created at. And let's create a score of 1 to make sure it goes first. And now let's see. No. Oops, I want to go run selected query. There we go. No, what? Okay, now it's all going to work, I bet. This whole ingestion workflow stuff, this is all kind of what we're just looking at is it's kind of outside of the it's kind of my own server, our own internal sync process. Okay, we have at least one output now. Why is there still only one record here? Members. Okay. If oh, that logic is wrong. Oh no, it isn't. Okay. This token. What just happened? I just crashed. Okay. Let me go to the other database and just see what the second transaction ID is. Nah, that's not going to do that yet. Okay. It's not whitelisted, so I should be skipping all that stuff. Process transaction. Oh! What happened there? Huh. Oh, well, here's part of the issue. .env. No. Make sure my... No, that's fine. Let's just try again. Oops. Okay, so it's looking for the transaction in Redis. What the hell? Okay, load TX. This is in the generic storage implementation. It's going to go into load beef from Redis load beef. Whatever, I've got data there. All right, skip over that. Why is this jumping all the way to my HTTP package defer? That makes no sense at all. This is bizarre. I have no idea what's even going on. Some server somewhere is not responding right. I don't have something configured right. Okay, beef storage is a Redis beef storage that has a fallback to a Jungle Bus beef storage. That's all correct. All right, so let's go in here more intentional. So load beef. Invalid memory address. I completely reworked a bunch of this whole background processing stuff over the last couple days, so it's very possible I screwed some things up. Okay, we have a token ID. We have a TX ID that's populated. Do we have a chain tracker? Yes, we do. Okay, we still have a TX ID. Yes. Let's go into load beef. Still have a TX ID. Can I make a string out of it? Yes, I can. Okay, if Redis is not equal to nil, or error is not equal to nil, and error is not equal to Redis nil, then I return error. And that causes HTTP. No, this is just regular old closing. What the? Fatal panic. Oh, you know what? I don't think I've actually been pointing this to my latest updates and everything else. That would be nice if that's all this is that I'm using the wrong libraries. Let's try now. Yay! All right, let's try this again. All right, I think I'm going to start this fresh one more time. Now that I've got some... All right, clear databases. Open up another one of these things. One set app, gasp syncing. Okay. What? I thought I killed that one. Let's try again. Let it scroll by. Here, I'll sing along with the music in my headphones, and you guys can't even hear it. I don't even like the song that's on, but I'm skipped. What the heck? I lost my web browser that has my streaming management on it. Am I still streaming? Yes, I am still streaming. That was weird. Okay, we have no outputs yet. Oops. Oh, crap. I'm going to have to add that record in again, and hopefully it hasn't already started processing. Yeah, it probably has. Dang it. All right, let's delete one more time. And then I want to run, oh, then I got to go back over here. And apparently I can't refresh this, so I'm just we're gonna do it this way. Config .run white list add and then before I do anything, I need to insert this record. This is all just little stuff because of how I've got my testing environment set up. This is kind of basically creating more work for myself, but it allows me to, Okay, I've added that one. Now let's start the full sync again, and this should all work. We haven't processed anything yet. We haven't even reached any of these. Oh, money doesn't even start until like block 880,000 maybe, somewhere around there, 870 something. Actually, I'm going to stop this where it is, and I'm going to debug it again. Maybe money doesn't start until the 900,000. Oh no, I'm getting transactions. It's just not Oh, that's right. There's a periodic process that actually kicks off. There we go. Okay, if token ID, yes, we have the right transaction. Yay! Okay. Play. Why did it only do one? If not is whitelisted. What is my token ID I'm at? Because I didn't whitelist it. Well, I started to. Oh, I did. Oh, minus token equals. Okay. I think I'm fine. I'm just going to run it. Okay. We have a lot of stuff queued up. That's all well and good. What do we got actually? Do I have outputs? Yay! Okay. All things are getting answered, and it's mostly just because I forgot about how to set up this token. So that's chugging away. So now if I go back over here, localhost helps to have the server started. And the first transaction is still not right. Order by score. What the heck was that? Why are you trying to save? I don't know what the heck happened there. That might be part of it. AE. Oh, that's the wrong storage or wrong server. Bsv21 engine. Since is set to 0, limit set to 10, that's fine. Outpoint topic spent include beef. Oh, wrong thing. Topic since limit include beef. Topic since limit include beef. Okay, so that's all good. We're top. Oh, spend is null. Where did that come from? That, I think, got introduced last night. Oops, why is it doing... Okay, I think this is all my problem. I have just got mess when it comes to my libraries. I need to just sit with everything local for a bit, I think. All right, run again. Still wrong. Because I didn't change anything. I undid what I changed. SQLite storage. Okay. I think that's going to do it. Nothing changed. All right, maybe I'm wrong. Man, oh man, I am... not with it still. And that just... Oh. What? Oh, that was that other... Okay. Okay. Our first transaction is indeed the first transaction. That was a long way around. So let's push this stuff all out to the remote server and see what we get. So first of all, go overlay services. I did not change anything there. Overlay, here I did. What's funny about this fix over here is I already did this at some point in the last week or two and it got reintroduced. I don't know. Fix, find UTXOs to return spent items. Okay, so then here we are going to go right like that. And this I don't actually need. I didn't have any changes there. Well, I should just double check. 1 hour ago. Okay, copy commit ID. Okay. Bsv21 Overlay. Forgot I did that. Get pull build. All right, something didn't work there. Go overlay services, A409. Commit ID. It's A409. I bet you I need to make overlay have that. Okay, oops. Let's try again. What the hell? I can't even click through that. This is Open API. No, that's the server. I don't even know what file I changed to do that. Let's oh, is this a generated file? How the heck do I generate this thing? And where is the source from it? Well, let's see what Claude has to say about this. Where do I want to be? Go overlay services. I'm trying. In fact, let's just talk to it. But then I am going to stop my music because it's going to mess me up. I'm trying to figure out how to build the OpenAI files. I've got to change to one of the types which I have put into the openapi.go file, but it appears to be built from somewhere, and I'm not sure how to build it in this project. Could you see what you can figure out about how to do that? And then we need to update the source files to define the type properly. All right, Claude, let's see what you got for us. Should put this in plan mode. Actually, I still probably... Okay, here's OP. Go generate. Commands are defined. Command defined in main API, admin responses, non-admin responses. So I guess it's the main API spec. So API, open API, server API.yaml, and we want request sync response, header, body, schema, no, not that, ref, paths, non-admin, request bodies.yaml, request sync body, version since, and we want limit. All right. We don't want the plan mode on anymore. Why is my voice not responding? I will say, when I'm doing this AI stuff, even though I'm using all remote services, my computer definitely, now part of it's because I've got a bunch of projects open up at the same time, but it's a very new, fast computer that's got lots of beef, and yet my voice response stuff is just unresponsive. What? Can't even type. Oh, hey, it finally... Okay, so now, before we do anything else, go overlay services, go test. We got failures. I'm going to actually get into... We're going to get our own VS Code for this project and try to not complicate things. Claude, actually let me close it down in the other window. Resume. Okay. So what did actually get changed? So I changed this. It generated that. That should not be a pointer. How do I make that not a pointer? But it's not required. It just defaults. Well, I guess I'm going to put it as if it's required. Let's do go test. Still failed. I generated that right. I don't understand. Like, why is it creating the same types twice? That makes no sense to me. Oh, okay. We'll make it a uint. We should update the YAML, not the code. No, I don't. Oh, okay, default 0. That's fine. Format uint32 type integer. Okay. Still failing. Okay. Just keep remaking the same changes. What the heck does the test matter? Let me go to that test that I fixed earlier. Test. Request sync response service. No. Oh. Request sync response service test. Response service test. Okay. We'll make it 0. I guess it was already working on that same thing. So, oh, different one anyways. All right. What else? What all do we have here? Integer. Okay. I do want it to have a default, and I don't want it to be required, and I don't quite know that I've done that. If I go, well, yeah, default 0, and then I don't require it. Build the Open API stuff again and test again, please. I want the limit field to be defaulted to 0 and not required, but I don't want the value type to be a pointer. I think I have it right, but please verify. Okay. I need to make it required. Okay. Okay. So let's make sure everything I have lines up. I think I don't actually need a lot of these zeros now because it is already a uint32 type. So let's actually clean up any of these things where we've put stuff that we shouldn't need. Both of those. That's needed. That's needed. That's not needed. Which then goes back to my only issue was this YAML file in the beginning, I think. Oh, nope, some things did fail. Okay, so one of those tests I just fixed. I just broke something that you fixed. I don't want to be specifying a limit when it's not required, but there was some test that you fixed which did require it, and I broke it. Oh, okay. It was setting what it expected to get back. I'm going to go against every software engineer that's professional and say these convoluted testing frameworks and everything might bring value, but they are such a pain in the ass. Like, just let me get to the code. Don't abstract it and then abstract those abstractions, then abstract those abstractions, and I don't know. So apparently I needed everything that they had put there that I just undid. Okay. Let's say update open API. Actually, let's just see what. Don't credit yourself. I do not like how I love Claude Code. It's an amazing tool. I use it all the time, but it always wants to give itself credit and figures you. Okay. Let's go back over here. Go.mod. I don't need that one right now. Don't need that one. I need the one in overlay. Okay, that's good. Update go overlay services version. Copy this commit ID. I'm gonna go over here. Overlay gets that one. I need to copy this one. I need to go mod tidy over here. Okay, let's try this again. All right, PM2 restart 9. So now, if we go over here, okay. So now, I'm going to go back to my local one. I'm going to delete my databases again. Everything is stopped. Yes. So I'm going to go back in and I'm going to whitelist my token again. And then I'm going to start my server with the -s. And it should. Oh, I didn't give it a peer. I need to configure my peers. Peer add, oops, minus peer equals https://bsv21.onesat.app, and I want minus gasp. Now when I start it, boom. Awesome. Now I know I have one problem wrong. There's this score field, which is really about like how do you do paging. It's kind of a generic, just a generic sequencing field. And I had been putting some logic on that when a block gets mined, that score actually gets set to essentially the block height as an integer, and then the block index divided by a trillion to make it a decimal. And that just became one floating point that was the whole sort. But the problem is the thing where it starts with a certain score based on the timestamp, and then it moves back in time essentially with a block stamp, makes the sorting not real clean. So I am going to have to rebuild that so that the whole sync process is going to work. But I think this is going to work fine. So let's see what we got for progress here. Outputs. Let's refresh. Outputs. Where the heck is SQLite? Ah, there we are. Okay. All right, so it's moving. It's moving pretty decent. Okay. So let me actually get to that sort thing I was looking at earlier, the score. So that is going to be cloud. What do I want? I want just go on the SQLite one. Ooh, score is used a lot. I think update block height. I am setting the score here, and I think I don't want to do that, and I think this will be fine. But, and then I also need to do the same thing in the Mongo. Oh. I think I might have a couple issues here, actually. So let's go to insert output. We want to go to output, score, find all references. That's not quite what I want. Search in the wrong project. Okay, so this is the logic that I've got a problem is I want to get the block height out of my score stuff all together. So that's in SQLite. Let's go Mongo. Do I not set it here? Insert output. Save beef. I got this thing. Score is o.score. Huh. Maybe I don't have as much of a problem as I thought I did. Or maybe I do. Okay. So what I really need to be doing is this same thing here. utxo.score. Oh, well, that's fine. Save events. It would be really nice if I knew how to use my keyboard. Actually, I think if I just search the project for 1E9. No. Let's go time.unix nano. What the heck? Oh, I'm not using Unix Nano. I want to be. Just look for .unix. That's dumb. That's not even this. That's not even a current project I care about. Close that. We're going to focus on overlay. Oh, that's fine. That's about score. Wow, I was super inconsistent on this stuff. I don't know what the heck. Must have been in a tired state like I was last night. Okay, insert output. Score is always going to be insert output score. Okay. Score is already a nano. That's good. All right, let's look one more time here. Mongo. That score is getting set to nano. That's an insert output. Applied transactions. Save events. So all these fields are really just about sequencing what order things got into the overlay so that the syncing can use it. And a lot of what is already implemented here never actually it was built before we actually had the sync process building. So, okay, that's same 3 spots everywhere. Save events. I like it. Okay. Sorry, I had to look away to get sucky music off my. Okay, insert applied transaction. That's that one. And then finally, events. Okay, I think we're all set. I'm gonna, let's see here. I'm gonna delete my databases again. I'm gonna reset my whitelist and my peer. And then I'm gonna run it again. And then my outputs table should have score no. Helps if you actually point at the code you just built or changed. All right, delete again. Whitelist add, peer add, server sync. Refresh, play. Score. No, what? Go mod. Bsv21 overlay. Go to the local overlay, which is where I have my changes. Save events. Probably should actually pass the scoring here, but that's fine. I'm not worried about that right now. Oh, I bet you it's in, maybe not. Let's go to my lookup service. No. Update block height. Update outputs. Okay, it's right there. That's not it though. I wasn't looking at the events table. I was looking at outputs. Did I do stuff with that in the other ones? Well, I don't even care about the SQLite's the only one I'm actually even using right now. So actually, I can't do it in the other databases. I was kind of trying to set a default score. Update block height. Huh. What's going on here? Where else can that be coming from? Bsv21 overlay. Make sure my delete actually worked. I have no records right now. Okay. Whitelist add. Peer add. Oh. Go run command server. I was using the built version, but I didn't build it. All right, now if I look at outputs, Score. Yay! Okay, so all this really means is now our sorts should stay consistent, but I'm going to have to actually recrawl this on the main server to get these updated, so I'm not sure what's going to happen there. Okay, so that's working. I'm getting my outputs. I can get data back. I like it. I like it. Let's see if I have any. Oh, my inputs were still screwed up. That was my other issue that I had to fix. So let's see. Inputs are still null. So let's go over. Let's go to. Sure. All right, we're selecting all our outputs where topic equals our topic and TXA. The outputs are all working fine. Then, what am I doing here? Just building a big array of outputs. And I select from outputs where it was spent in our transaction and our topic is. So I'm looking up the transaction, or the outputs that were spent in our current transaction. So let me go new query. Where spend equals our transaction ID and topic equals okay, we got a record back. So the problem is not the query. You know what? I'm going to let that stop. I'm going to debug it. I don't even care about the outputs. We're going to skip over to the inputs. Okay. Hext, I fixed this already once already. What is script supposed to be? A byte. This is not a hex. I don't know why it thinks it's a hex. I think I must have had a rough merge session once, because there's a bunch of these things I've already fixed that apparently. No, what are you doing continuing? Return, return, return. No. Inputs. Yay. Okay. The inputs are not supposed to have. No, they are. The outputs are not supposed to have the TXID. Okay, inputs. I have a TXID. V out. Got my data. Script, Satoshis. That's it. Outputs. I don't have my TXID because the TXID is at the transaction level. V out. I've got my data. Script, Satoshis, and I have that it was spent. Awesome. So now let's make sure this is still working. Cosine. Boom. I got my one up. Okay. So I've got some more work to do, but we fixed some issues. We fixed some bugs. I've been working for like days straight, so I'm gonna have a weekend and go for a bike ride and I think watch a concert tonight. The Glitch Mob is in town for free. So, hey, sounds fun. All right, everyone have a good weekend. I don't know if it looks like some people are watching. Hi, bye, and I'll try to keep doing this. This Bsv21 Overlay stuff it's very close. There's a lot of like just needs to get hit, needs to get used, needs to get worked out, but like the kind of the whole bones around it are pretty strong. So, all right, have a great weekend, everyone. Maybe I'll be back tomorrow. Who knows? But if not, well, if so or if not, have a great weekend. Bye-bye.